Hey, what up, it's your boy Yung Joc, man. Right now I'm chilling with the Baller Alert Show.
Baller Alert, Baller Alert. Welcome to the Baller Alert Show podcast, available everywhere you get your podcast. I go by the name of Ferrari Simmons.
Hey, young world, it's your bestie, Sue Solo.
OCT, what at?
You know BT, I'm in the building.
Young Joc is in the building.
Hey, oh the goodness, what's happening?
Yung Joc is here. Let's get into it.
Just in case
you
missed it.
Matt Barnes spits on his fiance's ex-husband.
Somebody gonna whoop Matt Barnes' ass.
Wait, why did he spit at the man?
He say he showed him. Matt say the man, you know, it's his now fiance's ex-husband.
Right.
So, you know, depending on how they dismount it, you know, it could always be tension forever, and you just never know how it go, you know.
But to spit on something?
Yeah,
Hey, man,
yeah. You
put your
spit on
hands on
somebody?
me. You put your hands on me. You push me.
I don't know if that's equivalent.
Bro, I'd rather for somebody to smack me in the face than to spit on me.
No.
I ain't with don't spit on me. Nah.
But the fact that he got a restraining order tells you something is wrong with this.
It's hard to get
ex-husband,
it's
right?
hard to get a TPO, dog.
Yeah, the
Oh, so you
ex-husband
think that the
harassing him
oh
over and over again, and he finally was like, you know what, bitch?
See, that's why we always need the whole video, because
The
that
whole
little
story.
10-second looked like that man Matt Barnes walked up on that man and spit on him. Because 3 years ago, Matt Barnes would have went to jail.
Right, but now
You
we
spit
know
on
that
somebody during
there's
the
a
COVID
restraining
time.
order. So clearly there's
He would have went to jail 3 years ago.
You start talking about COVID, yeah.
I heard that's a big rumor that Future is not too happy this Drake and 21 Savage album, and it's
Because
just,
Future and Drake did an album before.
and it makes Drake and Future album not as important, I would say.
That's what he feels.
And that's I mean
Allegedly.
this is allegedly, this is all rumors. I never heard it from Future's mouth, never heard it from Drake, never heard it from 21.
I mean, 21 Savage was just voted Complex's #1 hip hop artist of 2022.
Well, Drake did ascend him to another level.
Well, you gotta ask yourself what are the specifics. You know what I'm saying? For you to be the top dog in that category by their standards, what are the specifics? Was it your total amount of sales, your total amount of streams? You sold more merch than anyone. You released this many #1s over everyone. You sustained this type of whoop-de-whoop for this amount of time over everyone. Like, what are the specifics to consider him #1?
Okay, so there are specifics out of mind. Who would you say is the #1 rapper out of Atlanta, or just #1 rapper right now? Period.
Well, you can't say right now because everybody gonna say
How do
Drake.
you feel, Jossie?
Out of Atlanta? Out of Atlanta, I'm definitely gonna. I would probably have to say Future.
Yeah,
But
it's
here's
definitely
the thing.
Future.
So
It's
here's
Future.
the thing. Thug is one of them guys, right? We're not gonna discount him no kind of way. But Thug been locked up for almost a year. Future's added another X amount of platinum plaques to his. Yeah, so you know what I'm saying. So right now, who #1 popping right now will probably have to be Future.
I agree.
Is
I mean,
there
but don't get me
Future?
wrong though. 21
21 doing his thing.
Doing his thing.
But don't get it twisted now. Drake is collabing with people that's helping Drake's career as well.
Of course.
So I feel like people don't.
I mean, here's what's interesting, because we talked about this a few months back. So when Drake released that last album, everybody's like, "Oh, this shit it's too soft." So then he had to come back. Maybe he felt like, I need something a little more street, and he came back with the 21.
Yeah, it was kind of out of touch.
He's like, let me remind y'all.
But now that you hear these other records coming right now, I mean, they sound like that album. I mean,
And then, like you said, the urban side was like, we kind of ain't feeling that. So guess what he did? 21, can you do something for me? Like, come on.
It's love versus money on the Baller Alert Show.
We just gonna do like a love and hip hop rundown.
oh,
Okay.
sheesh.
Erica Mena and Safari.
Oh, that's just nothing now.
What was it?
Co-parenting now. I think it was. It may have been love. It may have been some infatuation and money. I think sometimes it be a little bit of both. One thing y'all got to notice, man, when these people like be in the limelight and they go to having kids back to back to back to back to back, yo, you start missing the whole concept of what got y'all there. You can't do the same things you used to do. Let's say if me and you like to smoke, if me and you like to drink, that's what we do. This is my dog, my bro, dog, my bro.
Right.
Now I'm in you. Now we can't do none of that together no more. It's like, wait, what? I'm saying, if your woman get pregnant, you can't smoke with her, drink with her. You can't do none of that. You can't go out.
saying
you can't go out and hang out.
Yeah.
So what happens? He get money. She not taking bookings. His bag. He moving. He hears true flights here and there. She does. She need help. The dynamics change. And that's what people have to keep in mind. Like, it changed and people think, I'm ready for it, but not 2 back-to-back, 3 back-to-back.
But you think they don't went too far.
It's just
they running up the bag and then they done
I think that's the difference between like love and unconditional love.
And then you got to keep in mind too, when y'all both getting money, you don't feel like you really need each other. It's easier to be out. You feel like you trying me, you know. And people have to keep that the thought of that in mind too.
That's the difference between love and unconditional love, right?
I guess.
Because obviously your schedules are gonna change. Your business grows. Your hostings and all that stuff. But anyway, okay.
Because y'all didn't say in love.
Let's throw it back to Joe Budden and Sin Santana.
I could say I think it may have been love.
So what about Spice and Justin Bud? Ooh.
I think it could have been love, because they both had their own bag. Justin already was getting bread. I've been knowing Justin for a long time. Spice been getting the bag. She been having the bag. And when they met, I remember that exchange, and I was like, "Yeah, going on Wagwan." I used to mess with Wagwan. She be like, "Mind your business." I'm like, "Okay, somebody mind yours." You know what I mean? That might have been love. The money might have made them go the other way though.
Scrap and Bambi.
Ooh, that's love. That wasn't for money. That was love. 'Cause I went through, I had a lot of talks with my cousin on that. That was love. But that's another one of those situations. I think like that's love. I think like sometimes it just get hard with the kids. I don't care what nobody say.
You think it was hard with the kids or with Mama D?
And especially Mama D. Especially Mama D.
She's a lot.
Mama D a lot, but I say this, when Bam said I do, that was a part of it. That was a part of the package that came with her husband. I'm serious. I ain't gonna sugarcoat nothing. That's what it is. If I marry you today and I know you got a crazy ass mama, like, I do. You know what I'm saying? And that's family, and I love Mama D, but she knows. She's even said it. She's taught me, now, cuz, I don't want to get in between. I'm like, but you in between.
But you doing it, right.
But hey, I'm out of it. That's y'all. You know what I'm saying? I have to just.
So when I actually went and watched Love and Hip Hop, right? I'm trying to put it in real time.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, I wonder if this was why he came to work the next day looking crazy. I'm trying to piece it all together. Do you feel misunderstood? Because I feel like even sitting in the studio with you day after day after day, like there would be conversations that we're having off air, and I felt like maybe you were misunderstood. Like, do you think you're being portrayed properly?
Well, you know what? I'm gonna say this. It's beyond portrayed, because I would always tell anybody, even just sitting in front of these cameras right now, the camera can't use what you don't give.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But
they can edit.
If I look to the right, and I'm just looking to the right, and at this moment, baby girl over there just happened to be making a face. She might not even be making a face at me, really, but she just making
crazy.
a face. And it looked like me and her having and then somebody like, "What's up with y'all? Y'all good?" I'm like, "Nah, we good." I was like, "Nah." Then somebody go back behind and talk about it like, "I don't know." They was looking at each other like it's some issues. Now people asking, "Y'all used to mess around?" That fans a whole narrative on the screen. You know what I'm saying? So you just have to watch what other people do. But sometimes I am misunderstood.
Y'all get put in scenarios like when y'all film Love and Hip Hop. Is it kind of like, okay, we're gonna go here and then Joc don't like this person and they're gonna be in the room and he don't even know they're gonna walk in?
I mean, that's just like everyday life. I came here today. I don't know who the hell's gonna be in the room, but I came here for a mission. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Our common goal is to give the deliverables. We here to entertain and be informative. But I didn't know she was gonna be here today.
I used to ask, who gonna be on set?
What was the misunderstanding between you, Kendra? What's Spice's friend name?
Mita.
I was gonna say Mita.
What you mean? What was the misunderstanding?
What was the misunderstanding with the text messages and the dates?
Sometimes people use what they got. You just have to use what they got. You know, Monica Lewinsky, if she didn't have them drawers, if she ain't had what thing was on her dress, if she just that look, they might have only did it one time. So in this situation, here you say, we've been messing around all this time, and all you got is one text message, just one text message from me. Nothing else, no receipts, like real receipts, like no dinner, no pictures of us out and about. So I hadn't messed with her in some time. And I just feel like she felt in her heart, that's why she said on the show, he'll always love me. And people like, why didn't you shut her down? I was like, you know what? People gonna believe what they want to believe. Even if I'd have been as, and let me tell you something, baby. It'll never be ever again. It's my wife. At that moment, people are still gonna look at what they felt like was used to convict me at that moment. The text message, yeah, you saying all that, but the text message. So it's kind of like damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, it was tearing my ass up. But guess what though? I understand this world. Now getting my wife, my better half, to understand it a little different, because here she is in other seasons where she's been cool because that fight hadn't been on me like that. But now we got a lot of things that kind of broke down the trust, you know. It's a lot of elements that made me look crazy with the, you know, the bachelor party, Carly Red walking up on me, look like I'm like, yeah.
That wasn't good.
But was it bad? Because I didn't invite her. I didn't do nothing. I didn't leave with her. There was nothing else after that. No more engagement. There was no more nothing. She ain't come with no rumors, no nothing. So really all you did was saw somebody come up and me be cordial. And y'all know who I am. Y'all know me. And the world kind of know me too.
Social.
Yeah.
I'm social. But and I'm the kind of dude that's like, you know what, we beefing, but I don't gotta put that energy out. What's up?
You just gotta have a little discernment.
I've extended the olive branches to enemies before. It's nothing. We actively beefing.
I think people wanted to see a little discernment, because there's nothing wrong with
the discernment where though? Watch this. The discernment where?
So you already got some stuff going on in your marriage, right? There's already the talks about overlapping dates.
Yeah, wasn't really no talk shit.
Babies.
Right.
Okay, right? So I think you have to consider that when people are thinking of all these things at one time, the last thing your fiance or your wife want to see is Carly Red jumping out no damn cake.
At the end of the day, I still understand that I am a part of a production. And I understand what production value looks like. Now I could have walked off and people like, that's right. That's what I'm talking about. I could have did that. But I was like, yo, it's over with. Ain't nowhere for me to walk out to. I'm right here in my space. I'm kicking it. Hey, damn, how you get here? Okay. She came up, she hugged me. When she hugged me, I initially went with one arm. And I'm a man. Fellas. You know what it's like when a woman put that weight around your neck, like they finna jump up on you in your arms or straddle you or some shit. And I felt like she was about to attempt to jump up on me. So I leaned down so she couldn't jump up on me. You know how kids jump up on you?
Yeah.
Over they finna jump you. Hold up, my back. So when she went to lean, I felt the tension on the back of my neck. You guys look back as I'm telling you this. When she put her arm around me and went to do it, my arm was like this, I leaned down to let her down so she couldn't do that. And it appears as if I went down her body like,
I miss you.
But it was more like, no. And that was it.
You should have hit her with the handshake.
That was it. It was cool. It was over with. And think about it. The real one that got away. Bish. That's kind of how like, hey, it's over. Hey, how you doing? Okay. Hold up. That was it. But you know, whatever.
Yung Joc on the Baller Alert Show. Going back to the height of your music career, who came up with the dance for It's Going Down?
So originally, I was doing Walk It Out till It's Going Down. It's going down, you know, Walk It Out used to go down, you know? Yeah. But I was just like, I don't know, this is the move. So I was doing a bunch of these, the schools, you know how you go do the high school and stuff, you know. Pep rallies. And with Greg Street. And Lil Bank Kid, and I started pointing at the crowd. I was just rocking to I was pointing. That's it. I never was doing this. No way. I was just moving like this. And Greg Street called me and blocked and said, hey y'all. He hit Chino and said, hey y'all, I think that little cool shit Joc doing done transformed, it done morphed to something else. Y'all gotta come out here to Club Chocolate and see these little young Eastside cats do this dance to his song. So they was like, really, you gotta dance? So I was like, yeah, I need to see this because I need something to help this really take off. And I remember going there that night and the club was crazy. Nobody knew who I was because they hadn't seen the video yet. And I'm sitting here looking at this whole club and he telling the people I'm in there. So you see people like,
right,
right here, but they looking right, oh, where you at? And when that song came on, man, they did that shit. It was like hearing the song for the first time. It was like hearing the song as a fan for the first time. I was like, oh, because it was a whole new coupling, a whole new marriage. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't even like this my shit. It was like it's ours.
Would you ever want to be on Forbes again?
Of course.
I
wouldn't want it. See, here's the thing though.
No, I'm saying you want people, because I seen an interview where you talk about being on Forbes was the worst thing that happened to you.
It wasn't the worst thing that happened. It was one of the worst PR moves for me, because okay, perfect example. We see certain people, they're professional, we love them, but we don't know how much money they make.
Right.
But athletes, as soon as they get their deal, we know how much money they make. That's automatically a target on your back. When it comes to rappers, instantly, as soon as somebody signs a deal, oh, what's your boy just got the deal, Boston Richie.
Right.
Just the other day, 7 million. Like, damn, 7 million. That creates more hate, because you got people like, what the hell he deserves 7 million for? Or then you got cats like, oh, 7? Oh, I didn't get up on the homie. Gotta sit on my boy. You see what I'm saying? So when that came out that was like that, it just made people look at me differently. It's like right now I'm out with you, and I'm like, well, shit, dog. Yeah, I get a bottle. Don't even worry about it, bro. I get a bottle, right? Because in my mind, I think we both got it, but
right.
I feel like I got it more than you. Or
right.
I want to show you I got it, and then I hear tomorrow that you made $10 million this year.
BT
I'm
got
just
10,
with you.
made 10
And
million.
I'm like, bro, why you let me buy the bottle, bro? Why you didn't buy the bottle? Matter of fact, why you didn't just buy out the club, bro? Like people would talk, somebody call you like, bro, I need to hold like a little 7,000. Got a little situation, bro. I got
You'll
you.
never get back.
Right? And you like, all right, you give them a little 7. Then that come out, and they like, bro, why you could have gave me 70?
No, that's real.
Yeah, because you made 10.
Yung Joc, one of the greatest storytellers. Can we get a story right here on the BallerAlert show?
Oh shit.
Tell it. The best one.
Tip, I love you. Tip, that's my brother. And it's interesting because when you said who was big as me at that time, Tip. And I was on, I started off on, I did a lot of tours. I did 3 tours at one time. I was on tour with Tip and Bow Wow at the same time. Tip, Bow Wow, T-Pain, and a whole nother tour at the same time. And I don't want to put any negative light out there on Tip, because this is all public knowledge at this point. But I remember seeing when I got on the Scream tour, Tip walked through the door with my ex-security guard. And instantly I was like, it was Tip, Ron, maybe even Clay. And I looked at Tip and I was like, my ex-security guard stopped, and he walked out the door, and I was like, yo, you gotta get rid of him. I was like, he like, huh, what you talking about? I like, bro, trust me. Get rid of homie. You do not need him around you, bro. Just trust me on this shit. And he was like, well, listen here, pimpin'. This a different regime over here. You understand what I'm saying? And the way we run things, I said, I know, bro, but listen, home on some other shit, and I just don't think you need to have home around you. You understand what I'm saying? Let's see what people don't know before he got with me. See, I'm legit. I can carry guns, you know what I'm saying? And I remember him taking me to the same gun store where he was getting these guns from. And every time we went in there, he would say, you want me to get you something? I'm like, nah, nigga, I'm legit. I want to get caught with some shit that ain't mine. I ain't doing nothing crazy. I don't need no throwaway. I'm like, nah. And I remember going to Alabama with my wife at the time, my ex-wife, and we both had 5.7s. I had got her 5.7, and I had one, but we only had one in the car. I rented her this beautiful drop top Benz for her birthday. We went down there and just did a concert and shit, and they pulled her over. They lock her and Miss B, misbehaving, bottle action, and they locked my boy up same time. And they were saying that the gun laws in Alabama weren't the same. They're not the same in Georgia. They're not reciprocated. So I had the blue tips in the 5.7. So they call them cop killers. Well, those are meant to kill cops and pierce vests. I'm like, nah. So they wouldn't release the gun to me. So I had to go back to this store where I bought the gun from to get the paperwork to say that I purchased the gun from them, right? So when I went in there one time, they had all these machine guns on the wall. I went in there another time, the machine guns was gone. I was like, damn, what happened to all them machine guns? I was like, oh, we got raided. I was like, and y'all still open? So that shit instantly made me scratch my head. True story, dog. This on my mama, no cap. So I get back, I go to the gun store. It's running shit like a movie. It's dim in the store. It's like about to close. So all the lights not on. And he pulls out the 5.7. He said, "You gonna get another one, right?" I said, "Yeah, I need another one." He said, "Here's your paperwork." He pulls out a 5.7. Like, you know how you put the jewelry on the, like the suede kind of joint so it don't hit the glass? He put a 5.7 on that on the counter with a silencer on it. And I was like, "Oh, damn, they make silencers for them shits." And he was like, yeah. I was like, "Yo, that's crazy." I was like, damn. So now I'm really feeling crazy because I'm like, how you still open after you got raided? That's what I didn't understand, but my mind was like, he was like, I mean, you know. I was like, what would I have to do to get one? He's like, well, you know, hey, I mean. I was like, yup. You working. My mind instantly said, you working. And my security he brought me to them. And I know he was buying shit, but I didn't know who he was giving them to though. So I'm not privy to no knowledge. So I instantly was like, yeah, I ain't fucking with them no more. And then when I got rid of my security, we was on the crazy, on the tour with Tip. We go off and do a show in Cleveland. This man get into it with the club owner and cusses the club owner out. And he's standing outside of my tour bus with this fucking Uzi. Matter of fact, the same Uzi that y'all see, if you go back and look at them guns they had for Tip, the Uzi with the little suppressor on it, that ain't a silencer, that's just like a faux suppressor. Since you can't put a handle on it, you can hold it, don't get hot. So when I seen that, he got into it, the Russian come out with a chopper. I'm like, please don't kill her. We in a tour bus, what the fuck? We can't get away. So after that, I told Rico, Rico Brooks, I said, because Rico said, "Biggs, you can't do that." He's like, "Sit your pussy ass on the bus." And I was like, "Nah, so we can't have homie around us no more." I said, "Homie gonna get us killed or indicted." And when I told Tip that, he was just like, and I understand, because you like, bro, I rock different. You know what I'm saying? You good. And Tip was like a big bro at that moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, bro, respect. So here's the interesting thing. Me and Tip pulled up for the BET Awards, same time, right? He in the car with his wife, I'm in the car with my wife. They're in the Rover, I'm in the Rover. We pull up, I'm like, "Boy, what's up?" He's like, "Shit, about to go inside. About to go in here and bring shit down." I'm like, yeah, I can't wait to see you perform, boy. I'm proud. It's like, bro, this fam. And he's like, "I gotta go handle something right quick." I'm like, "Where you finna go?" He like, "I'll be right back." I'm like, all right. So I get out the car. I'm walking up the carpet, waiting for him to get back. And our person, Marisol, worked at Atlantic. She answered the phone, drops the phone and looks at me. I'm like, "What?" She's like, "Tip." I'm like, "Oh shit, what?" Like, "He just got locked up." I'm like, "How?" He just pulled off. So he didn't perform. We didn't know what was going on. And that shit hit the news. But that was one of those moments I wished, I learned a lot. You follow your instincts. And I know that Tip is he's a king of oneself. He's his own man. So sometimes a cat like Tip not gonna listen to anybody. Because he's very headstrong, and I respect him and appreciate that. But that was that moment I was just like, damn, I wish my brother would have listened to me, because soon as I saw it, soon as I saw it, I was like, yo.
Did he ever circle back to you and say, "Thanks for trying to look out"?
Nah, I think it was so much came from that. He lost so much in that, but he gained a lot too. He learned a lot. He found his way back to the top through it all. That was a hell of a time frame for him, for his family.
Yeah,
it was, and it was hard for the city too. It was like, bro, but we talked. We just, some things you just don't bring up. It's kind of like you just.
What's understood don't need to be said.
It's because he don't want to, him being the type of brother he is, he probably don't want to hear me say, "I kind of told you." Because I was like, bro, you got to get rid of him. Instantly, as soon as I saw him. Because as a matter of fact, this nigga, I had the rental car company.
Right.
Import Rentals, remember that? I don't know if y'all know, but I used to rent my shit everywhere. Mayweather, everybody. So I was that little young nigga, like, this nigga doing all kind of shit. This nigga had one of my rental cars, and the nigga rented the rental car to Fabo. And my car was lost in the sauce for like 6 weeks. Fabo in my car, I don't even know. Somebody just hit me and like, "Bro, I think I just seen Fabos flying down Count Creek in your shit." I was like, but see, for one thing, let me tell you one thing I learned. Whenever you come off, watch this shit gonna kind of, I don't know if I should even tell the words, but whenever you come off as competition, it's gonna always be some type of friction. People will try their best to make things harder for you. So I always create my own lane. Because when I'm in my own lane, there is no competition. It's like if I'm doing this, or I'm the only person doing this, who's gonna stop me? I don't feel, it's like right now, I could come into a conversation, room full of rappers. Today rappers, old rappers, dope boys, trap rappers, and niggas damn near count me out when it comes to the rap side of things. But I'm living better now than I was when I first hit big. And that's because I get to do things under the radar, because people like, oh yeah, Joc, he gonna do some love and hip hop shit. He ain't doing no music like that. Brian ain't got no bust down on it real.
And talk about that. I don't think people realize all the business that you have going on. You always hear the before I go broke like Jocs, or people always talking about how broke you are. Where do you think all that comes from?
Yeah, where that narrative come from? That's what I want to know.
I think when you see somebody, like you said, who was here at one point in time, right? Then you look up almost at that time when that song was made, almost 15 years later, and he's not that same hot artist. He's doing some of this, he's doing some of that. And then let's take for example, when we think of reality TV, we don't think big money unless you're thinking of Kardashians.
Right.
When you think radio, we don't think of big money unless you think of Breakfast Club,
right.
Tom Joyner. You see what I'm saying? Steve Harvey. You kind of get what I'm saying? So a lot of the things that I have my hands in, I'm kind of at the top in those pools.
Right.
You know what I'm trying to say? So when it comes to urban radio right now, I got one of the top morning shows that's syndicated. That's cool. I'm not out here boasting and bragging.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? When it comes to reality TV, on the #1 reality show, I'm like one of the top talents. You kind of get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if people are looking at something that they don't equate to as like, well, you made it, but it's just like, okay, yeah, bro, you doing some of this, some of that. And in their mind, you got to do all these different things for it to equate to some money. Not realizing I'm having my way because nothing and no one is trying to contest me for my position. You get what I'm saying? It's not like nobody's like, yo, I got to be the #1 cat on reality TV or the #1 cat and
everybody thinking about trying to be the biggest artist.
Or I got to be the #1 cat with the craziest hairstyles. It's not none of that. It's like
you definitely reinvent yourself all the time, and that's what it's about. Do you feel like love and hip hop is dying out though?
I don't want to use the term dying out. I think it has had a very good run. You're talking almost 13 seasons, give or take. Because through COVID, they weren't considered seasons. They was like, yeah, throw this, throw that out, throw that. So, but we worked just as if it was a season. I think that at the end of the day, you got to make it what it is. I ain't gonna say it's dying out though. Hell nah, cause
he said hell no.
It's changed. No, it definitely changed. But at the end of the day, it's thriving. You still got people living their best life.
We talked to Scrap not too long ago.
Yeah.
And we got to see him have this big breakthrough. So it seemed with Mama D just expressing, I'm the son. I needed this from you growing up, and you didn't give it to me. He also said that they provide you guys with counselors or therapists. Do you ever use a therapist? Do you believe in therapy?
Hey man, let me tell you something. Therapy is real. Therapy is real, man. And I think as a minority, as a race and as a culture, I don't think we understand the benefits of that. You kind of get what I'm saying? Like we're just getting into it. It's kind of like other ethnicities or nationalities. They might have already been into stocks and bonds. They might have already been into real estate. They might have already known about how whole term life insurance works and stuff like that. And we're just like catching up, some of us, you know what I'm saying? So when it comes to the whole concept of therapy, without therapy and certain counsel, I wouldn't be married today.
Yeah.
Because I literally had to talk to my pastor for 11 hours to sit down and have a conversation with my wife about, this new child. Because I was just like, you know what? At least I could say I tried to do anything that I could to fix my mistakes, because it's hard. Therapy is real. A lot of people we're scared to open up. We're scared to open up. That's why when you have certain friends, and you got a friend that'll be like, yeah, man, that shit lit, boy, but I'm broke. You gotta appreciate them type of friends that's honest and gonna tell you the truth. You know what I'm trying to say? I appreciate the truthful friends, because everybody not truthful. Somebody can tell you, boy, I ain't going over that, boy, you know what I'm saying? I got something I'm working on, I ain't even. Really just tell me, bro, I ain't got the bread right now to do that. And I'm really focused on I need to be focused on this homework or this project I'm working on because I'm trying to better myself. I appreciate the cat who gonna tell me the truth, then who gonna shoot me the fluff and deflect his truth, you know what I'm saying?
Real quick, and this is my last question. Speaking of therapy, how are things with your son? On the show, you guys had like a rift. How are you all now?
Yeah. See, as men, we come into this space. This is a natural thing. We come into this space, and you hear the OGs say you smelling yourself. We come into a space where we are the cream of the crop. We are the man, a man. I am a king. You know what I'm trying to say? So it comes to a point where you have to allow a little separation, just a little, enough for that man to, because when you walk in the boys' room where they get a certain age, that room get funky. You feel what I'm saying? Get funky. They start developing. They start spreading out. They start emo. They start becoming a man, and it's a lot that comes with that. A psychological change. It's just like when a woman is having a child, when she's going through that, her emotions are, her hormones, and she like, she up and down. We do that too as men. You know what I'm saying? We start having these emotional changes, and our hormones start doing, and we start. That's all it was. It was just a little rift, and we got past that. It was at a point where, it'd be things that may not be said to you as a parent. Your child might feel a certain way, and they don't have the confidence or the courage to say it because they feel like it's gonna come across disrespectful. So now they biting their tongue, they holding it back, and one day when it comes out, you like, what the? But it may be so much truth in it that you stop and just say, all right, well, listen. With he and I, it was a lot of different factors. It was a lot of factors. I kept feeling like, son, you're not seeing what you're doing. This is not falling on me. All of these consequences that are happening are from your actions. You see what I'm saying? And when you're pointing at a youngin', they feel like you trying to son them. Well, you are my son, and yes, I'm sonning you. Cause this how this shit go. This how nature set up. I'm here first, so I'm gonna show you the way. You understand what I'm saying? And now if you ain't no kin to me and we don't got no business and you trying to son me on some lame shit, that's different. But you came from this DNA, this genetic makeup. You know what I'm trying to say? So you gotta understand, I don't want nothing but the best for you. So I'm not sonning you, I'm just sonning you. You know what I mean?
That's a good answer.
Now, being from Atlanta yourself, I wanted to ask you about the YSL case and your thoughts on everything going on so far. Here's
what I say. I think humans, we try to press this whole issue that we're standing on certain things. I'm standing on certain morals and certain values and all this and that, right? And just as you talking to me as a man, I'm talking about my son, right? You got a cat who right now I'll be ready to ride or spin the block on a snitch because he didn't stand on his square like he's supposed to. He didn't stand on that business. But this same nigga who finna spin the block is a deadbeat dad. The same nigga who finna spin the block is nigga who done took somebody's life for dumb shit. Same nigga who finna spin the block don't respect his lady, his mother, or whatever. So you standing on shit that don't even concern you, but you won't stand on the shit that concerns you. So I'm gonna place that there. I'm just gonna sit there. I'm not gonna point no fingers. I'm not gonna say no names. I'm gonna point this here, right? Now, here's the thing. When you look at the situation that Thug in, right? And these people knowing that we may think we privy to everything that's going on, but we not, dog. We ain't been in some of them conversations with them. Some of them, where it's just them two or them three or them five talking. It's probably so much shit in the game that certain people in that squad, like, my mom turned out and told me, Thug, he ain't coming home. So I can sit here and play this game and try to act like I'm down all I want to, but if he even let me walk today, what I'm supposed to do. Just like your man, he on the phone with the baby mama. She like, hey, nigga, you got a son. You got a son you got to think about. You got a son you got to come home to. But was he thinking about that son that he got to come home to when he was out here doing whatever he may have been doing? And I'm not saying he did anything. I'm just saying the way we got to think about it. At the end of the day, this whole concept of snitching, man, look at what it is. The judge is telling these boys, hey, man, why you looking at 50? We got who we want. We got them. If we let y'all go, we know something that y'all clearly don't realize that we know. We finna let y'all ride out. We finna drop these 50 years. But if you found guilty, we giving your ass the max.
Yeah, I seen the judge said that.
That's what a plea is, though. That's how people are like, oh, why would you say something like that to them? That's how a plea is. Hey, we're gonna give you less time. So go on and tell us what's up. I'm gonna let you out. Because if we crank up this jury and spend these taxpayers' dollars, we spend this money, but we executing you to the fullest extent. So when you got somebody like Gunna who done already did a year, right? He only looking at 5. He don't got no real rap sheet. We say, oh, he only looking at 5. But if he go to trial and they find him guilty, he might be looking at some way crazier. So you got people who sit in a position like, yo, I don't know what to do. I done rolled out for this many months. It don't look like it's getting no better. But guess what? In a few minutes, right in the next year, a few days away, this trial about to start. And when they pull this plea off the table, they don't put it back on that table. So when you sitting there, I don't give a fuck how gangster you want to say you is, how down you say you are, it ain't gonna be but a small percentile, a small percentage of people who gonna say, boy, I'm standing on it. I'm riding out with my boy. It's not many gonna do that. So I don't know why people try to act like they're so down to where they ain't gonna snitch. Cause everybody who say they ain't gonna snitch done did some telling in their life.
That's a hip hop facade.
That's what I'm saying. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
That's bullshit. I don't, now me personally, I don't respect the snitching. I do not. But, and the but don't say it make it cool. But the but is, the average person gonna snitch. The average person gonna snitch, boy. Let's keep it 100. All that. That's why here's one of them things. Once I stay in my lane, my own lane, ain't nobody gonna do no dirt with me.
It's like, don't even put yourself.
You ain't finna do no dirt with me. I ain't doing no dirt. Right. I ain't doing no dirt with nobody. Cause if I got to do anything that calls for any type of anything, it'll get done. Ain't nobody gonna know. You kind of get what I'm saying? Right. That's why I don't. If you really just think about me in my whole career, you never really seen me hang out with no bunch of rappers and shit.
Never really heard you get in trouble either.
Cause I ain't with it. I know what my calling is. I know I'm a provider for my family. I'm supposed to be a protector and a provider for my family. That's why I jumped out the streets. My partner Chino Dollar, I love him to death. That's my brother. But when we took off, I said, hey, I'm out the streets, bro. Cause this gonna go against the reason I'm doing this. You see what I'm saying? I'm trying to do this to feed my family, quote unquote. But if I get caught and I gotta go sit down, who the fuck gonna feed my family?
Do you feel like it's hard to keep one foot in and one foot out of the streets when you become famous and rich and you a rapper?
Man, people so caught up in the code. It's cold. That's why it's hard. It wasn't hard for me. It wasn't hard for me, not now the other week. Hey, bro, we finna go down here and fuck with such and such. Boy, go ahead, boy, y'all gonna have a good time. Boy, come on, man, bro, fuck with you. Man, bro, rock with you now, bro. All right, do me a favor. Send bro 2 bottles for me. Bro, you gonna do it like that, bro? Bro, that Cap. Call me Cap. If I'm not getting involved, I'm not getting involved, dog. I see it 100 times. My homegirl called me, hey, boo, hey, what's up? Oh my God, I've been trying to get in touch with you. What's up? Everything okay? Yes, listen. So this job I work for, blah, blah, blah. I had went through all this. They didn't want to give me my check. So finally, I threatened them and they gave me a check. Ain't God good? Oh, well, that's good. But I don't have do you have a bank account I could put this check in? What you mean? Why you just go open the account? Cause it's time sensitive. I gotta do this right away. Well, you better figure out the time and how sensitive the time is. Don't call my phone with that shit. 7 months later. Hello, you have a collect call from who it is? Damn, what you? How long you been locked up? Man, since remember I told you about that check. Man, I should have listened to you. That's how life go. I don't want to be in that position to learn that lesson.
Is hip hop changing now? Like, in the sense of, I feel like in your era of hip hop, you didn't really hear about rappers getting in trouble and snitching and all. Hear me out.
You did?
You really didn't.
Well, here's the thing, brother. Things were so different. Big brother surveillance wasn't as prevalent. Let me tell you, the access is different. The culture has changed. Everybody got an iPhone?
Yep.
How many you got, Sue?
One.
I got 2. How many you got?
I got 2.
How many you got, Rara? How many? These phones cost what now? A band?
$1,000, $1,200,
$1,500, depending on, right? What are we paying $1,500 for?
Camera. For the camera. Everybody wants a nice, clean camera.
You mean to
get the
tell
right
me
content.
it's
100%.
more important
Yeah.
to capture content or what you see going on than to be able to properly communicate? When you spoke about it earlier, you said, oh, the MySpace era. We had MySpace, bro.
Sure was.
You wasn't hearing about who's snitching. And furthermore, here's the crazy thing. The rappers themselves, they wasn't doing as much dirt themselves. It was more people to tag along homies that wanted to prove the point to get on. But now you got a rapper who got a homie who got a phone and he making content and he putting it on YouTube and he getting paid every day. So the homies ain't just like the broke homies no more.
Right.
The homies have figured out a way to get the bag too.
Right.
You kind of get what I'm saying? It's different. Like, it's so much opportunity. Kids, you got kids who are multi-millionaires. They parents can't do 1/10 of the shit that they can do with that phone. They oversee it because they know the business.
Right.
But the kid could go on there and do and show their parents something, and open up some toys in front of them, shit, and have a good time and post that shit. And these kids are making millions of dollars. So times have changed. So it's not just the rap game. Technology has changed. The mindset has changed.
Message. Dear Baller Alert, my wife drunk texted me the wrong shit. My wife and I have been married for 5 years, been together for 10. She loves going out, hanging out with her homegirls, brunching, and I don't. I'll go out on special occasions, but we damn near 50 and I ain't outside like I used to be. We've known each other since college, real sweet woman, I love her and I trust her. But last weekend, she was out with her homegirls and they were drinking and the text she sent me was, Big Ron, we can't keep doing this. It feels so wrong, but it feels so right. Then she unsent the text, but I already saw what she sent. The next day, she said she didn't have her phone, that her homegirl did, that they were all drunk. Even the homegirl apologized. I ain't buying it. What do y'all think?
Yeah, I'm gonna let Joc take it away with this one.
Hey, you know when you buy a new car or a new something, it's just so right, ain't it? So you spend a little time with it, and after a while you start seeing the pros and cons of it. Relationships are the same way. That's why they start feeling old after a while, right? And if the pros outweigh the cons, then it's worth staying in. If the cons outweigh the pros, you get the fuck on. In this situation, you've been knowing her since he's in college, real sweet girl, loves her dearly, it's his wife. 1. So that stands for her. That's kind of got some weight. So everything he said was good. Here's the thing. It very well could have happened like that. If they drunk, the homegirl text the wrong person. The problem is, if the homegirl drunk, she ain't open your phone. She ain't just drunk and open up your phone without your passcode. So I'm gonna, objection, throw that shit out. That's inadmissible. Listen, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Whoever the fuck Big Ron is, you let Big Ron know. If he wants you, he gonna take all of you. Bitch, we ain't sharing. And that's what it is. Cause that's some bullshit.
So it's not an automatic breakup. It's
a real thing.
They married.
Cause guess what?
You can divorce.
Here's the thing. What are they doing? And she said, Big Ron, I can't keep sucking your meat. No, I can't. Big Ron, I can't keep eating your ass and letting you hit me in the car because we sneaking around. She said, Big Ron, we can't keep doing this.
That could be anything.
But that could be,
man,
they
come on, man.
They could be busting down them checks.
It could be anything.
Nah, man, they smashing. They squishing and gushing.
Child, before we get out of here, you You had to shave your head because you lost the bet.
Yeah.
The bet was what?
Oh shit, man.
The bet that you did with Vlad.
What was the bet?
They just had the mistrial with the OMG girl shit, right?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so quick. I just feel that I feel so wrong the way they handled Tip and Tiny, like on God. The way this trial was going with Meg and Tory, I didn't know if he did it or not. I didn't know if Kelsey did it or not. I didn't know who did what. I wasn't there. But I felt like it was gonna be a mistrial. And everybody like, well, what make you so sure it's gonna be a mistrial? I was like, well, shit, I don't know, but it sounds like it's just getting weird. And I was like, well, I bet, you know what? So me and Miss Shanique were talking. I said, man, if that man found guilty, I shave my head.
It wasn't because you was Team Tory or nothing, right?
Nah, it was more so like, I mean, because at the end of the day, yeah, it was just a wager. I felt bad for all parties involved, to be honest with you. Because it was so, you know, just imagine if they wouldn't have got too lit that night. If they wouldn't have got them, that gun went out.
Yeah.
Man, that man probably would have hit Meg and the friend that night. Probably would have doubled back and hit your girl, the Kardashian. It could have been a move. So I feel so bad that she got shot. I feel so bad they did not have a fucking sexual escapade that they all deserved. And I just made the bet and the shit went wrong. And I was like, you gotta cut it off. And everybody was like, what you gonna do? I put the henna on there. I mean, you know, it was like, you know what, I'm gonna rock the ball head. I'm gonna just do my thing with it.
So the phone call comes out.
Uh-huh.
What were your thoughts when the phone call came out?
Man, let me tell you something. That man, he was apologizing. Shit, he could have been apologizing for anything. I never heard him say what he did. He just said I was apologizing. He was like, cause you know what, that could him and her could have been more closer than him and Meg. And he probably could have really liked her, but he had to smash Meg. Like,
Wait, you said that he smashed her? You smashed her?
You ain't never
he
been
didn't want to smash her?
No, I'm saying you ain't never been in a situation where you smashing a girl and she got the one friend that everybody want, and the friend at you and you like, fuck with you, but I got to knock her off. Just
Do you think he shot her?
well, cause here's the thing. It said bullet fragments.
Yes or no?
This is Joc, boy.
It said bullet fragments. I don't
You
goddamn
should have
know.
been an attorney. I swear to God. Like, you were an attorney in your past life.
And now it's time for Yung Joc to give a pep talk.
All right, let's get into it. My name is Jaceel Jumpin' Jehoshaphat Amon Robinson, professionally known as Yung Joc. Now, let me tell y'all something. I'm gonna give y'all some real game right now, and it's free too. It's my pep talk for you. Keep in mind that tomorrow is not promised. Understand that what could be done today should be done today. Tomorrow, again, is not promised. The wagers change after a full moon. Take some time to play that back. I know. Some of y'all gonna get it. Keep in mind, the last suit you wear, the last pair of pants you wear will not need pockets. Okay? Live your life. Stop chasing money. Chase moments. Chase memories. Create them. If it's somebody in your life that you love, y'all got some issues with, stop what you doing. It's not about being a bigger person. It's not. It's about letting people know that you really care. There's nothing that should stop me from being able to express to you how I truly feel about you. Not even my own thoughts, okay? I just want to leave y'all with that because I could keep going and keep going. Some of y'all ain't going to get half of it. Some of y'all going to have something bad to say about what I say. And some of y'all will truly appreciate it. But I just appreciate the opportunity to be on this platform to give y'all that real shit.
BallerAlert!